Hello, beading friends. This is Kristen Fagan here, getting ready for our next episode of Free Spirit Beading. And I will be on in just a moment. Get yourself settled, and we'll just let a few more beading friends join us. We still have the Spring Summer Pantone Collection BOGO going on up until tomorrow, March 30th. So you'll see it here on the screen. It's buy the quad, get the Spring Fling mix free. That is a $10.95 value for that bead mix, and it comes with check glass beads and some findings, a button, some charms from our friends at Tiara Cast. So check that out at softflexcompany.com, and that's actually what I'm going to be working with today to make our tutorial is the quad and the Spring Fling mix. And then I have a whole bunch of other stuff to share with you too. Hey everybody, this is Kristen. Great to see you all here today, and we have so many things. As you can see, my table over here is just exploding with spring color. So we have lots of stuff to look at. We have so many new items, and all of them are on sale right now at softflexcompany.com. We've got the BOGO that I mentioned right in the beginning, which is by the quad. I'm holding up 30-foot spools, so these are a little bit larger. You're going to get 10 feet of each. So buy the quad, and you will get our Spring Fling mix for free. And so this has check glass beads. It's got some findings, a button in there, some really good quality beads in there for free. And then we have a whole bunch of new items for the Spring Summer Pantone collection. And all of that, everything I'm going to show you today is 20% off. And you can find that at softflexcompany.com. And you could go to the Great Bead Extravaganza category. Everything in that category is 20% off. You do not need a code. You just add it to your shopping cart. You'll see the discount at the checkout. And that's good until tomorrow, March 30th as well. Yeah, hi everybody. We've got a lot of friends joining us. Pamela prefers to buy her Softflex at her local bead store. That's fantastic, Pamela. We always encourage people to buy our products at your local bead store. We love to support our local bead stores. So if that's where you get your Softflex, hooray. All right, let's go ahead and switch on my demo table here. Maybe give it a little more light. Sometimes I feel like the light is a little harsh. I think it actually might be a-okay. Whoop, let's not hit the table. All right, so where do we start here? So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be making these spring earrings. They are little hoop earrings with Softflex beading wire, our new 2-hole beads in the raspberry sorbet color. And then these extra beads are all from the Spring Fling bead mix, including this one right here, including these charms. So that's what we're going to be making. But before we get into that, let's look at all of the 2-hole beads that we have introduced online. I think these all went up like last week. So I'm using the raspberry sorbet, which is right here. But we also have these other lovely colors. This one is the amethyst. We're calling it Amethyst Orchid. It's kind of got like a frosted purple. And you could see how well that would pair with our Amethyst Orchid, excuse me, bead strand we got here. So pretty. I'm not going to say this name right. It's the Pantone color. Is it cerulean? Cerulean? I should have looked it up before I got on here and did like a pronunciation because I knew I was going to say it incorrectly. But this one is like another really pretty like matte tanzanite blue. It goes really well with the Softlex tanzanite blue wire in the quad. And then we've got this really fun pop of yellow. And again, this one's got a little bit of a matte frosted kind of look to it too, which is really nice. So this is the Pantone color of the year, illuminating yellow. Looks fantastic with our Softlex yellow that we'll be using today. And also looks really great with the illuminating yellow bead strand. That's also on the website. And all of these are on sale, 20% off. So in addition to the 2-hole beads, and we've got the 2 big bead strands, we also introduced a bunch of little mini mixes. So we've got the pink sorbet, the purple, which is the amethyst orchid, illuminating yellow, and this one we're calling ultimate gray, but it's really just a mix of like crystal-y colors, some silver and some white. So really great neutral all around bead mix, something you can always use in your stash. They are also pretty. And then in addition to the single color mini mixes, we also have a mix with all 4 colors. So all of this is based off of our Pantone Quad that we put together. And these are based off of the spring and summer color collection that comes out from Pantone. Pantone is a color trending forecast company, and they trend colors for decor, for fashion, and as well for accessories. So we chose these 4 colors to introduce for our spring, and that's why we've got all of these beautiful things to go with it. So this one is called the Pantone Spring Bead Mix. And then this one that I'm using today, which is the freebie when you buy the quad, this one is called the Spring Fling mix, and it's got check glass beads in it and the findings from Tierra Cast. What else do I have on my table? Okay, so one other thing I have on my table is our flat diamond beads. So we've got these 2 colors here. But we've also got a pink, a purple, and a turquoise. So this is just 2 out of the 5 colors that we've got available. And these are also on sale. I had used these in my Great Bead Extravaganza kit. Let's see if I can grab this without dropping it. And this was one of the designs that we created together. This is the turquoise pattern with the rondelle beads and the hammered, what are these? Circles. I don't know why my brain is not functioning properly today with words. So the hammered circles and our antique brass beading wire. So this is another one of the colors you can get. And then I'm wearing the purple, and there's also a pink. So really, really pretty things. And then the last thing I've got over here is this was our Pantone Colors of the Year, Illuminating Yellow, Ultimate Gray, Check Glass Bead Mix. We refreshed these on the website. We had sold out of them, and we brought a handful of them back. So these are now available again, and they're also 20% off. So all of these items that you see here, you can find on the homepage, but you can also find in the Great Bead Extravaganza shopping category, and anything in that shopping category, including the flush cutters I'll be using today and my magical crimping pliers I'll be using today, as well as crimps, are all on sale for 20% off. So you'll be able to get the 2x2 crimps, the cutters, the crimping pliers, and even the 3x3 crimps, because Sarah had used that in her demonstration during the Great Bead Extravaganza weekend. All right. Yes, so good with so many beads. We are totally loaded up with so many beads right now. It's just, I wasn't even sure what to play with today because there are just too many options. But I decided I would go with the items that we are doing a BOGO on. So let me move some of this stuff out of my way and we can get beading. So I will be using the colors from the quad. I actually just used the yellow when I did this particular earring, but I'm thinking about on camera maybe using 2 colors. So maybe I'll use the yellow and the pink down at the bottom and then use one of the colors along the top. What do you guys think? This way I can show you a little, I'll show you the technique, but I'll show it to you with how it would look if it was two-tone. Varia says, I love my new magical crimping pliers. Thanks. I know. I love them too. I mean, totally hearts, hearts, hearts for those crimping pliers. I don't know what I did without them. So my thought here is to do the yellow and the pink to match my beads. So I'm using the Soft Flex beading wire, medium diameter, in yellow and in the pink tourmaline color. Yes, use 2 colors, a few of you are saying. Okay, cool. I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully I cut myself enough. I should have. I think I did. I would say I've got maybe about 6 to 8 inches of wire here for these earrings. And I've also got a little mini bead stopper. So I'm going to use that on one end to clip my wires. And you always want to make sure you clip your wires in 2 separate little spirals, because if they're in the same spiral together, one on top of the other, one of them is bound to slip out. So just a little tip. I've had that happen to me many times. So just be thoughtful about making sure they're in their own little spring. Thank you. I want to say it's Suha. I hope I said it right. She can't wait to try Soft Flex. I'm new to stringing with wire, and Kristen, you've been the best teacher so far, you and Sarah. Awesome. So glad to hear it. We love working with Soft Flex. We just can't get enough, and I think that comes across, right? So I'm going to start with these really cute little 2-hole beads that came in the Spring Fling mix. And that is just the one yellow one. And then I'm going to add one of these Raspberry Sorbet 2-hole square beads. And I just have to twist it around, make sure they're going the same way. Next, I'm going to add a dagger bead just on one side. So I'll pick the pink this time around. So we've got the 2-hole bead that came in the mix, then we've got the 2-hole square bead that you could buy separately, and then you've got the dagger bead, which also came in the Spring Fling mix. And maybe I'll just get rid of myself here, so we've got the whole demo going. So next I'm going to add a square 2-hole bead again. And have you guys worked with 2-hole beads before? They really create some interesting ideas. I don't think we've had any, I don't know if we've ever had any for sale actually. Sarah and I wrote a book called Seed Bead Revolution that you can find over at Amazon a few years ago. And it was all with these 2-hole little beads. Lots of really fun design ideas. And I have a few examples here that I want to show you guys before we jump off at the end. All right, so we've got my last dagger. Thanks, Softlex Company. They just shared the link to our book if you're interested in learning more about working with Softlex wire and creating some neat designs with little 2-hole beads. Traditionally, you'll see them used a lot in bead weaving. But Sarah and I, we just call it like quick bead weaving. Because we don't really, it's not like true bead weaving. It's just sort of our quick way of putting it together like a bead weaving project. So there's my pattern for the bottom of the earring. And now I'm going to add 2x2mm crimp tubes in sterling silver. You can find these at softlexcompany.com, and the 2x2s are on sale right now in the Great Bead Extravaganza category. So you can get them 20% off until tomorrow, March 30th. And I'm just going to scoot this down quite a bit. There we go. Take off the bead stopper and put a crimp on the other side as well. I'm just going to try and get this into the center of these 2 wires a little bit more. So we haven't crimped them down yet, but there they are on the 2 sides. And I'm going to want to, before I crimp, I'm going to want to create the circular shape so that I know my beads will lay nicely the way I want them before I crimp it. If I just crimped it flat, then I might not be able to get my wire into the shape that I'm looking to get it into. So once I've got it in a nice round shape, you can go ahead and attach your bead stopper again to help you out. Keep those wires in place. And now we'll just crimp this closed here. So I'm going to place that crimp right in the center of my magical crimping pliers. Give it a squeeze. There's only 1 notch in these pliers. So when you take it out, you should see it has 4 pinched corners, just like so. Place it back in the center notch and wiggle it around to make sure that you're in that center. You want to be really in that notch. That's the main tip for these pliers is you really have to get your crimp right in the center there. And it does take practice. You're not going to necessarily get it on the first try. Latrice is asking, is the quad on sale? It is. So the quad is currently on sale for 20% off, and you get the free bead mix with it. So you get a double whammy actually with the quad right now. I'm going to go ahead and just crimp the other side. And then I can take off my bead stopper. And here I'm going to cut it down to just one wire. So if you'll see on this one, I had 2 wires go into that crimp, and then I cut it to just 1 wire going up the top here. And in this case, it was all yellow because it was 2 strands of yellow. And here we've got the 2-tone. So I'm thinking, which color do we want to keep for the top? Do we want to keep the pink for the top or the yellow? Obviously, I will have to make a matching one depending on what we end up doing, but I'm thinking I might do the pink this time just to see how that looks at the top. What do you guys think? Lydia says pink. Suzanne says pink too. All right, let's try the pink. And so we're going to cut off just the yellow. Be careful not to cut the pink, just cut the yellow, and you can get your flush cutters all the way up close to your crimp tube. And when cutting the wire, I always like to hold on to it so this way it doesn't fly off and hit me. So now we've got just the pink wire up at the top here. So I'm going to grab another crimp tube, also another 2x2 millimeter, 2x2 millimeter crimp tube, which is the only size that works with the magical crimping plier, if I didn't say that before. And then I'm going to pull down until I'm happy with my shape. And then see, I've got the wires going, one going left, one going right to make that nice circle hoop. Then I'm going to take one of the wires. It doesn't matter which one. I usually pick the one that's longest just so that it makes it a little easier. You're going to feed that other wire up around the top and then create your loop at the top here. And this is the little loop that's going to attach to your ear wire. So now once you do that, I can kind of play with the shape a little bit more. If I want to make it a little bit bigger or smaller, you can pull on these tails and adjust. My main tip here with this particular design is you want to make sure that your crimp lines up in the center where your first dagger is so that it'll lay right. And then the other thing I have to make sure is, can I get my magical crimping pliers through that hole? If I make this hole, this little loop here too tiny, then I'm not going to be able to get my magical crimping pliers through. But that looks okay. So straighten out your wires as best you can before you crimp. So as you see, my little loop is kind of like folding forward. I'm just going to pull it back. You can even hold it with your fingers a little bit just to kind of give it a little encouragement to stay straight. And then once you crimp, it'll stay closer to that shape there. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim off these tails, being very careful not to cut my looped wire. Just like so. And then I'm going to attach my ear wire and my little charm. So these little charms come in the Spring Fling mix, the one that's free when you buy a quad. Otherwise it's $10.95, I think. And it's two-sided, so there's 2 different flowers that you can use and play with. I used this side on my first one. So whatever one you decide to use, just make sure you use that same side on your second earring. So I've just got a little jump ring here that I can use my magical crimping pliers as a chain nose plier. See how it has like a flat spot in the beginning? So we do that a lot. So I don't have to find another tool. Just open that jump ring, slide on your charm. I'm going to slide it on here. You don't have to add a charm if you don't want to. This is if you want to. And then I'm just going to twist that back closed. So my charm sits there. And then I'm just going to twist open my ear wire and hang it from the top loop there. And there you have it. Really cute, quick way of doing a hoop. Barbara is asking, did you place the dagger beads through both wires? I did not. So if I hold it like this, you can see that the yellow wire is peeking out the top of those little square beads. And the daggers are on the bottom part. You can add in a little extra bead here too if you wanted to. If you wanted to put like a little seed bead there, or if you wanted to add some more beads up the side. Oh, I totally forgot. I got distracted and completely forgot that on this one, I did add 2 beads up the side. So you can see the difference there. This one does not have any beads going up after the crimp. It's just the wire. And this one does have the beads, has 2 little beads there, but you can even go up even further if you wanted to. Now I showed you 2 different ways of doing the wire. You could do all one color. You can choose 2 different colors just to have a little bit of an extra color play there. And then you can add beads up the side or not. Yes, Catherine is asking, can you use other crimping pliers to do that? You certainly can. So any crimping pliers that will crimp a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube is perfectly okay to use instead of the magical crimper. Very cute. So I have a quick one for you today. I'm going to have to make myself another pair. I don't know which one I should, which one should I go with? Which one do you like? The pink wire or the all yellow with the beads? I have to make myself another one for a pair. You are so welcome, Solitary Empath. Thank you, Kristen, for these adorable earring design. You're super welcome. Let me go and left with the pink. We've got Lydia is feeling pinky today. So make 2 more. Jamie says 1 with the beads and the yellow wire and 1 without them. That is a great idea. I only have 6 of these actual daggers, but there are more daggers in here in a different color. So I could change up. I think there's some purple daggers in here, and there might be some little raspberry daggers in here. So one thing to note with these check glass mixes is that they are mixed together in a big, huge tub, and then they're scooped out by their size. So although you'll get the same colors and you'll get a lot of the same beads, you may not get the exact same mix that I had. Let me show you some of these in here, actually. I didn't even open them. I didn't even open it up. What was I thinking? I just had too many beads on my table. It was overwhelming. But there are some really fun. And of course, you can't open a bag of beads without some going flying, right? I got to do like a floor sweep one of these days and see what I've got hanging out on my floor. I luckily got 3 of these. I think these would make such a cute pair of earrings and little necklace. These are the other daggers that were in there. So I can make this design in another colorway with these purple daggers. There's this gorgeous button in here. And then there's also a little connector that matches those 2 charms. And that same thing, you've got double-sided, so you can use it this way or you can use it this way. You've got these really pretty pinks, and I just love these matte ones like this that are not transparent, these opaque ones. I think they're so fun. I think they've got such a retro feel, like that's why I like them. Lend itself to some like mid-century modern retro designs. Even some sparkly little fire polish looking beads in there. Here's another 2-hole bead. This is a little tiny one, just like that. And there's even some pink daggers. I think I only got 1, so I'd have to use this as like something in the middle, like of a design. But your bag may have more. And then lots of little yellow and purple. Oh, these are super cute too. They're kind of hard to see the hole. I almost used these today, but they are like a lentil bead. So they are round, but see how the hole is all the way on one side? So they will hang. There we go. That's a good shot. They will hang off center, sort of like a dagger would. Very cute. Singular beads irritate you. I know that is one of the things you have to kind of roll with when you get some of these mixes, is that you may have some singular beads, but there are so many really fun like bead soup designs, and that's what I would hold on to them for. Or I would try and make them, like if I'm working on something like this and I have just 2 of something, they can maybe be the focal, or if I have just 1, it might have to be in a necklace and it could be a focal. So you have to think a little out of the box with these singular beads of how you're going to incorporate them. So before I go, I did want to share with you guys some designs from our book that we wrote that use 2-hole beads. So this is a really pretty like long necklace. It's got some tassels at the bottom, and you'll see this is one of my favorite ways to use 2-hole beads. And Sarah did a bracelet last week that was similar to this. So if you like this, take a look at that video from last Wednesday. But these little 2-hole beads are just creating like little spacers in between these other beads here. And it allows the wire to peek out. You do have to make sure the other beads you're using can go through 2 strands. So these all go through 2 strands, but it's such a fun way just to create a little interest and make little spacers with those 2-hole beads. Another one, I love this design, is this bracelet from the book. And this is using 2-hole beads to create this woven pattern. This is all with Softlex antique brass beading wire running through it, and then the gold-filled crimp tubes. And then the wire comes into a cone and just a little lobster clasp on the end. So super cool. I know these are great, these cage beads. They're one of my favorite to work with too. This is the necklace version of that bracelet. But let me make sure I don't unravel it weird. Okay, there we go. So it creates, it's almost like a little magic carpet. This would be really cool to do something like this with these squares that we've got in right now. And this uses, you can either use 2 different colors of the squares here and here, because this has got like a double going on, or you can put, so these are all 2-hole beads though, so you have to have 2-hole bead here and there. Really fun. And these guys, I mean, if you want to just pick up 1 strand of these to play with, they are like $3 normally, and then they're on sale 20% off. So they're just a couple bucks. They're like a really nice thing to throw in your shopping cart, especially if you're trying to get to that $49 free shipping amount. Is throw one of these in there and give the 2-hole beads a try. They are so much fun. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know what you said the first time. I probably missed it, Catherine. But Catherine said, was supposed to say, I love the way you use the wire for the earrings. Thank you. Kits for both, please. What are you talking about? You're talking about these here. So both this necklace and the bracelet and this necklace here are all in the book, Seed Bead Revolution. So you'd have to find the instructions for those there. So that's the kind of stuff you would find in that book. I have one more. This is one more that uses 2-hole beads. And these are the super duos, which a lot of you may be familiar with. And they're just sort of in little clusters in between the bigger beads. Yeah, we are, Leanne. Leanne is asking, are you all having a sale on the wire anytime soon? Well, right now we are having a sale on our Pantone Spring Summer Quad of beading wire. You'll get 4 spools of soft flex beading wire in the medium, in the tanzanite, yellow, purple, and pink, and pink tourmaline, that one is. For 20% off, plus you're going to get this Spring Fling bead mix free with your order, and that is good until tomorrow, March 30th. So that is that's what we've got going on over here this week. Let's see. We've also got 20% off in that Great Bead Extravaganza category. So you definitely want to make sure to check that out, because there's a ton of stuff in there. Everything that I used for my demo, including the kits, are on sale. So this necklace kit, the turquoise necklace kit that I just showed you before, those are both on sale, 20% off. All of the beads I just showed you, the quad, and we've also got cutters, the crimping pliers, and crimps in there. I think that's it. Oh, Kumihimo board is in there, and the 3mm crimps are in there too. So everything that Sarah and I used during the Great Bead Extravaganza is 20% off until tomorrow, March 30th. Gosh, so fun. You, Christine has the same one. Yay! Christine says, love your necklace. I have the same one. It looks so pretty on. I love it. I actually haven't worn this one yet because I was wearing the turquoise one the other day. And these beads are just so, they almost have like a glowiness to them. They are super pretty. And then of course, all of the tiara cast findings you get with it, the daggers and the circles are top-notch quality. Really, really great. Yeah. Paula loves the super duos. They're a lot of fun. I haven't used them in a little while, but they are totally a lot of fun. You guys are fantastic. Oh, Jamie wants to learn the Kumihimo boards. Jamie, we have, if you've been in the Great Bead Extravaganza group, and if you're not, go ahead and join it, because Sarah did a presentation on the Kumihimo board in our presentation, There are 17 different companies that presented during the Great Bead Extravaganza, and it's all here on Facebook, in the Facebook group. It's all free, and everyone shared some really great tips and tricks with you guys. And Sarah, with Softflex Company, did Kumihimo. But in addition to that, if you are on our Softflex Company YouTube channel, then check out our Kumihimo playlist. We have a playlist full of Kumihimo with craft wire, with Softflex beading wire, on the round disc and on the square disc. So lots of different ideas and ways to use it. Really cool. One last note before I go, about 5 of you that won the YouTube subscriber giveaway contacted me, and your items have been shipped out as of Friday. Your little goodies are in the mail, but 5 of you have not contacted me. So you need to contact me by this time next week. Otherwise, I'm going to choose some new winners. So to know if you won, check out our YouTube channel. The video I did last Tuesday would have all of the winners announced. And I also commented on the YouTube video, the chakra bracelet YouTube video, that was the actual giveaway video. I commented underneath your comment if you won. So take a look and check your, I don't know where it would be, your notifications in YouTube, or take a look and watch my video. You can watch it on Facebook or on the YouTube channel. It has the banner that looks like this. It looks just like that. That is the thumbnail for the video. Go watch it, and that's where I announce the 10 winners. So the 5 that haven't gotten to me yet, I'm going to give you another week, and then I will pick some new winners if I don't hear from you by next Monday, because I've got these beads here. I want them to go out and be in the mail to you guys. So yeah, let me make sure to comment and contact me. And if you were a winner, then just send your email address to me. Email your mailing address to me at kristen@softflexcompany.com. And then I can get those out in the mail to you. Yep. Oh, Fern is aiming for Long Island. That's where I grew up, Fern. It's just too expensive. I know. I grew up on Long Island, and Long Island is pretty expensive now too, but it's probably not as expensive as Manhattan is. That's where all my family is, and I'm actually going to go visit them soon. I'm pretty excited about that. Haven't been there in a very long time, obviously, since we have not been traveling. And Hicksville, yep. Yes. Hicksville. That's where I'll be headed. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you here again next Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Be sure to check out softflexcompany.com for all of the goodies that I talked about today, and then some. And I'll see you next time. Bye.